All right. We are in the middle of week 3. Wow. There's the recording. Just under a minute here, and we're going to get started. All right. It is 6 o'clock. So I chose the background behind me of the arcade because we are going to be talking about networking. And back in the 80s, a lot of networking took place in the arcades, only we didn't know that's what we were doing in the arcades. We were networking. We were talking to our friends and having a great time, but that was a type of networking. And what you see on those machines back there, that was what they called attract mode. It was trying to lure you in to get you to pump those quarters in. And when you're doing network, you're in kind of an attract mode. You're trying to pull people in, and not in a dating type of situation, but you want to bring people in so that you can get information from them or possibly interact with them to find out if they have a possible job opening or know somebody who could. So, networking is important and you want to grow your network. It's kind of like an invisible cast net that's going out there and feeding into you. And networks can be friends, they can be associates, they can be people that you just meet on a business type level, but they're essential to your career. And effectively using a network can be tremendous. It can bring you in leads, it can bring you in technology, it can help you grow in so many ways. But without a network, you are on your own. And a person trying to navigate through a career on their own is not as successful as other people are. Now, some people will say, I did everything on my own. And I'll tell you, they're not telling you the whole truth. You'll notice people who are very successful, they have a list of people to thank. No one truly makes it on their own. They're just leaving out the people who inspired, helped, gave them little tidbits of information here and there, or a helping hand along the way. Even self made millionaires, self made artists, self made this, they had inspiration and help along the way. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody benefits by helping people. And don't forget the people who helped you and help others along the way. This is the way successful people work. So, we're going to talk about networking, all right? And how you can use these tools. Remember, everything in this class is about you and benefiting you. So be excited about this stuff because these are all things that help you out. So there's a reason for this. We want you to be motivated about your career and how it's going to help you out. Now, most of you are on your way out to graduation or getting close to it. So let's turn these things into positives. Okay. You're learning how to have a great resume, learning how to do these interviews correctly. These are all things that are going to start you out in your career. Now let's keep boosting that career. So let's get to getting here and we're going to start doing this. So I'm going to do some sharing and here we go. So we are in week 3. By the way, those interviews are still coming out strong. Keep it up. Keep those things moving. And remember how important that interview is. That is your first usual contact with that employer, and you want to impress them, but impress them with the real you and how you handle yourself. And you are a professional. Remember that you are a professional. You are not somebody they just pulled off the street. They pulled you in for a reason. They already want you. Don't let them down. Give them real, solid, honest answers to their questions. Always be honest in them. Don't try to sell them on something that you're not. Okay? So we are here in week 3. Please keep up. I can't emphasize that enough. It's easier to stay caught up than try to go back. Next week, okay, we end the class on Thursday at 10 o'clock at night. There are no extensions. 10 p.m., everything locks. I can't unlock it. The class itself locks. That is beyond my control. So 10 p.m., it's done. The class ends. So at 11 p.m., I can't take things. So please stay caught up. I want everyone to do extremely well here. Okay, so we started off this week that Q&A director, find someone who's been in a supervisory position, any field. You're going to interview them this week. Just get their name. You're going to supply the information next week. Start that discussion on professional network and building an online presence. There's an assignment on that we went over yesterday. Today, we're going to talk about LinkedIn. Get back to that in just a minute. This mock interview debrief. Okay. I talked about the interview, how important it is to think about what happened in that interview. Now, you can't actually do this assignment till you've had your mock interview. So I want you to think about the questions that were asked. What were they? If you went through that interview, you know what questions they asked. Tell me what they were. What did you learn? Everybody learned something. Um, Saying, I didn't learn anything or I knew everything. Nobody knows everything. You didn't know everything that was going to happen. You've never been through this before with these people. So, what did you learn? What did you gain from it? And what would you change about this experience to prepare you for your next interview? You went through it. Feedback is showing up in your assignments. You'll see that where in your grade book, as I get them back, I'm putting them in there. Remember, this is due after your mock interview. You can't do this assignment if you never even registered to get a mock interview. And I go back after I get everybody's mock interview to ensure that you did indeed do them. Because I have had students fill this out and they never went to one. I'm in complete communication with them to make sure that you did indeed do the mock interview. So once you've done that, come in here while it's fresh in your mind and do this assignment. Okay? Just like that. So that's what that assignment is for that. And then you'll see down here, where was the grade? I think the grade is next week, but I'm putting them in as I get them. Okay, so create a LinkedIn profile. Now, some of you already have a LinkedIn profile. If so, all you're going to have to do is provide me that information. Okay, so if you already have one, skip to step 2. Otherwise, you need to create one. Go to linkedin.com and create a profile. Okay, there are 4 sections: about, education, experience, and skill. Each section is worth 20 points. Make sure you have something in every section. Your education is going to at least have Southern Tech in it. The about section, pretty self-explanatory. That is about you. Make sure you fill that up. Headshots get you more hits. As soon as you file this is live. People want to know about you. Companies will be interested. Your experience, pull that straight off your resume. Fill that out. Your skills, your hard and soft skills. These are important things. This is a live LinkedIn account where people will want to reach out to you. Okay? So think about that. Let me expand this here for a minute. I have something underneath here that I'm trying to get. Now, I'm trying to, okay, I'm trying to get to a tab under here. Here we go. Now, this is one of my LinkedIn accounts here. And you can see that in the About section, I have that filled out. I have 59 connections on this one. You can see I have education filled out here on 2 of them. Some highlights in here. The About section's filled out. I have followers here and experience. I have those listed here on some things. Licenses, certifications. I have volunteering in here. Under skills, I have verifiable skills in here, different companies and groups that I belong to. This particular LinkedIn item gets multiple hits week after week after week. And the purpose of this, it is a networking site where people will try to reach out to you in similar career fields. People will try to see if you're interested in being hired. If I click under jobs, it will pull up jobs that it thinks that people may be well suited to hire me. So you can see right there, boom, boom, boom. If I click show all, it's going to list all these jobs that it thinks that I'm qualified for. So if you fill out your LinkedIn profile according to your career field, you can utilize this and leverage it exactly for your career. It'll be custom for you. So you can use this assignment to help drive your ability to narrow down and find places that you may not find any other way. Some places list exclusively on LinkedIn, whereas they may not be on Indeed, etc. So use that as another resource to find different job listings that you may not find anyplace else. And again, if you already have a LinkedIn account, but you may not have been utilizing it, dust it off and start utilizing it. Okay? Everybody good with that? Yes, yes. All awake out there? All right. And so it's not a bad assignment. It's one that can actually be productive and conducive to tracking down a career placement for you. Okay? So we're going to continue that theme and we are going to talk about networking. That's what our presentation is tonight, is on networking. Let me get my little crayon working today. And we're going to use green today. Green means go. We want our careers to go. We want them to go in the right direction. All right. So here we go. So the outcomes we expect to get out of this, we're going to talk about the importance of professional networking and the etiquette that you need while networking. Some people don't have the proper networking etiquette. And we're going to talk about LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram for that networking, which is different than we talked about the other night. Okay, so networking is talking with people and establishing those relationships that can lead to potential career and job opportunities. Okay. And so it is talking, but it's more than just talking. Okay. And they can lead to potential career or job opportunities and growth. And your network, this is important, consists of people who support an individual in their career or other business endeavors. So that means if you're interested in starting a business, these people support you. Okay, it's not just giving you or helping you in your career, but other business endeavors, including investments, etc. And informational interviewing is a network strategy used to ask for advice and direction rather than asking for a job opportunity. Hello, this is what your last assignment was for. When you went and you interviewed people in your career field, it's a network strategy. You were asking for advice and direction. You are getting information from professionals in your career field. There's a reason why we do this. And networking will help you find jobs not advertised to the public. More than half, I want you to think about this number, more than half of the jobs are not advertised. How many people realize that? More than half. So if you're just relying on what's listed and you're not networking, you're missing more than 50% of the job opportunities available to you. Okay? Obtaining interviews and information about a company may lead to that job opportunity. And you need to be confident in yourself. How many people need to be more confident in themselves? Anybody out there need to work on your self-confidence? Most people do, okay? When you look at your resume, go to your skills section and look at that. Those are accomplishment. Skills are learned and improve over time. Those skills are things you've learned. Your mastery, you know those. Those are things to be proud of and know that you know them. Okay? So have confidence, build yourself up. That's not ego because these are things you know. Ego is because you can boast and you can do this and you can do that, but you don't necessarily know it. You know these things. Okay? And so you need to market yourself. You need to tell people, these are the things I know. So practice among your friends and your family, telling them exactly what you know. Now, as I've been going through watching and reading your work, and I read everything you send, we talk in general phrases. I'm great at this. I'm good at this. Tell me specifically what you're good at. I'm good at using a TIG welder when doing um, angle welds. Okay, that's specific. Don't tell me I'm good at welding. Be specific. I'm good at wiring electrical items. I'm good at wiring three-way switches in residential housing. Be specific. Start learning how to describe what you do specifically. Quit talking in general terms. Okay? Make sure you start putting yourself out there. Go to trade shows. Go to groups that meet that are with other like-minded professionals. There are groups out there of every type of profession that meet regularly. They go to social events, etc., that are specifically for welders, for electricians, for HVAC technicians, for medical assisting, for vet tech assisting. And they meet socially so they can talk amongst each other about their trade. Find them. They don't have to come looking for you. You go looking for themselves. And tell them what your career goals are. Remember, we worked on career goals and you've already described them? Tell them what do you want to do. In 5 years, I want to be enrolled in a veterinarian program. I no longer want to be just a vet tech. I want to be in a veterinary program. Or I want to be in an apprenticeship program that will do da 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 da. Feel comfortable telling them your goals, and they might say, oh, well, such and such company has a program that does this. By sharing your information in a network, you will open doors. But if you close your mouth, you close doors. So we need to start opening ourselves up. And it's scary. I get that. But you can do this because you have a goal you want to reach. And if you want to reach a goal, you will. But do you want it? How many people want to reach those goals you wrote about? Remember those goals. You want that car, you want that house, you want that money. You want those goals? You got to do this. And you can. I know you can. Okay? So let's work on these things. And I don't expect you to go from 0 to 120. You're not Lamborghinis. Some of you are. But these things are, again, skills. Networking is a skill. Interviewing is a skill. That's why you work on them. All right? Now, self-centered. Anybody ever use that term? You're self-centered. It might be an old-fashioned term. A self-centered networker only takes in information. Share the wealth. You have good information. I've read it. I've learned from you already. Okay? So don't be self-centered. If you have good information, open that mouth and just like a bird, sing. Share your information. Know your information's as good as anybody else's and share. Okay? Share your information like everybody else does. If you only take in information and don't share yours, people will stop. They won't let you in. They don't want you in their network. Support each other and everybody wins. Okay? Self-centered networkers, you will start being rejected. People won't help you. It's like the person that, here, I need you to help me with this. I need you to help me with this. But then you never help back. You'll find that people stop helping you. Okay. Now, how many people are networking already? Anybody start your network? It's one, two. Everybody should be networking. You're already networking with instructors, career services, other students. Networking begins at pre-career stage. Network now. If you go into a business that's in your career field, tell them who you are, what you're doing. Let them know. I'm looking for a job. I'm going to be graduating. Let them know. It starts now and is permanent part of socialization. I'll be at Universal Studios. We're standing in line. I talk to people. Oh, what do you do? Oh, really? Oh, so and so I'm with. They're in that career. Did you know that so and so over here, blah, blah, blah? And I'll step back. I've bumped into lines at Universal Studios and I've got students interviewed. They've accepted jobs. Why, I've been on vacation. That's what networking does. It never stops. But your networks are going to change over time. You're going to lose people and add people, and it's going to grow and shrink. That's evolution. Now, face to face is anywhere you see another person, an individual or group of people. It's face to face whenever you are talking about anything to do with your career. Okay. Now, I want you to think about some things. Business cards. Now, business card does not have to be a physical card. You can do it on your phone. Okay. Please, I may be older than dinosaurs, but I do know technology. Prepare a list of questions to ask. Now, you don't have to write it down, pull it out, and say, wait, I've got questions for you. Use your head. think about things that you would like to ask somebody in your field. Sound familiar to an assignment? Yes, you asked, you did an interview, and you're going to do another one. Know what to ask people so you feel comfortable. Asking questions can be uncomfortable, so you know what to ask. Now, this is an example of a business card. Okay, notice right here, person's name, their career. They've got a number and an email, a LinkedIn account. Now, what's this down here at the bottom? That is a brand statement. Notice it's one sentence. Statement means sentence. A brand statement is one sentence. Okay. Now, if you're going to do physical cards like this, on the backside, list your skills, your hard skills, your soft skills. And I suggest you put a little QVC code on the back so they can scan it and they have it on their phone. You can put the same information on your phone with the code and they can scan it too. You don't have to carry a physical card. The benefit of doing that is you can share the information. You go to one of these trade shows, boom, you got it. Boom, you got it. Boom, you got it. I tell you, you go to a trade show, you can reach out, you can get a few hundred contacts. Boom. They won't forget you. Okay, networking etiquette. Etiquette is etiquette. Good manners. Always use good manners, okay? Now, there are very special manners when it comes to etiquette. Only invite people with whom you are familiar, okay? Don't just invite everybody into your network. Communicate with them before you make them a regular part of your network. Okay, there's a lot of spammers out there. There's a lot of fake people out there. Make sure before you actually include them in everything, you know that you're not being catfished. Okay, be brief and polite when you're talking to people. Don't ramble on. And don't just call people out of the blue. Let somebody introduce you or meet in a group, meet somewhere in a setting. Don't just pick up the phone and call somebody. Cold calling, not a good idea. Okay. And this is important. You can let people know you're looking for a job. That's perfectly fine. I'm looking for a job in this field. That's great. Okay. And if they say, oh, I don't have any openings, then you thank them and you move on. You don't tell them to get back in touch with you, other than saying, let me know. You don't keep prying. You don't keep prying. You just say, let me know. Okay. And then if they say, oh, I do have something, then say, oh, let me give you my email address, blah, 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 or take their email address. Then you get in touch with them. But if they don't know anything, you don't press. You thank them and you move on. Okay. Now, in person, it's kind of like an interview. If you're going to meet people and you know it, dress appropriately. Do not arrive late for like these big groupie meetings. 15 minutes early. Silence your phones. Eye contact. Don't use slang or unprofessional language. If you have a potty mouth, watch it. Offer and request business cards and send thank you emails to people. Okay, like I said, it's similar to an interview, but that's if you know you're meeting them for networking. Okay. Online networking, you're in like a group chat, Zoom calls, Teams meeting. It's very similar, and you might be in LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, things like that. And those are similar types of networking. Okay. And the benefit of that is you can connect to anyone anywhere, but you still maintain your etiquette. Okay. Now, online, positive professional communication. Even if you don't like something, do not put negative posts. Those negative posts stay forever. We saw that with doing our Googling of ourselves. Keep things positive. And do not keep sending somebody email if they're not responding to you. You stop sending out email to them. And don't be one of these people just grabs a list of people's names and send them invitations to join your network. Okay. Now we went over LinkedIn a little bit, and so we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Okay, and what the different parts are. Okay, so the headline. This is where your name, your job title, your geographical location. So you can tell them where you're at, but don't tell them your actual address. Okay, so you can say that you're in Florida or you can say the Northeast, etc., but don't give them your actual address. The industry you're in, and a professional picture of you. Okay, a headshot from the shoulders to the top of your head and smile. Okay, that is all in the headline right here. So that's what you should have in there. Okay, and this is a great place for that personal commercial or elevator pitch. That goes up here in the headline. Okay, this is where you put the elevator pitch. This is why we write these things, because you get to reuse them. Okay. And that goes in the headline. Now, uh, in the about section, whoops, I'm sorry, the elevator pitch goes in the about section. My bad. In the headline section, that's where you put your name, your job title, your geographical location, your industry, and your picture. In the about section, that's where you want to put your elevator pitch. Okay. In your experience, that's like your resume, your work in history, just like your resume, and any volunteer work. Education, again, just like your resume, put in everything there. Okay. Your skills, your endorsements, things like that. Okay. And those go right where they say they are. And you have two different groups in LinkedIn: standard, which will show up in search results, and unlisted. You want the standard because you want to show up in search results. You want people to find them. And so, and you can use both of those for great online networking. And the big thing is, it is for professionals. And of course, Twitter, we went over that. And again, it used to be more for following jobs posts, but unfortunately, it has moved more into other things. Instagram, we talked about that. And again, it's a great way to show off your work. Now, today, I want you to talk about three people or places with their if you're using people, their positions or titles that you may use to grow your network. And when I say places, think of where you can go to grow your network. And when people, think about the people, their positions and titles, those type of people that can be used to grow your network. So don't give me their actual names. Think about their positions or titles that you may use to grow your network. And that's where you would start to develop and grow your network. And if you start doing that, you'll find that it's not as difficult to start getting more interviews and job opportunities. Develop that network, and you will see those become more plentiful. All right. Everybody good? Yes, yes. All right. So we will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. and we will wrap up week 3. And then you'll have 4 more live classes after that. All right. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m.